Alright, everybody, how's it going? Today we are going to have a recap of yesterday's action across the sports world. We will be looking at the National League Division Series Game 5 between the Cubs and the Nationals, Thursday night football, and we're going to talk very briefly on fantasy basketball. Alright, so as far as Game 5 goes, the NLCS, the Cubs did pull it off. They won 9-8. It was a very long game. I watched the whole thing. It started about 8 o'clock. It went until I think almost 1 in the morning. It was very back and forth. The Nationals went up early. They were up 4-1. Cubs come back. Addison Russell, Cubs shortstop in the 5th inning. It's a 2-run double right down the third baseline, went all the way to the corner, scored 2, gave him the lead 5-4 at the time. It was a big hit. Then the inning went on. Lots of mistakes made by the Nationals in that 5th inning. They threw the ball around, scored a couple more runs. I believe it was 6-4 after the 5th. So the part about Scherzer getting lit up there, they had Gio Gonzalez in the game. He wasn't doing so hot after they took him out in the 3rd or the 4th. Then they put Scherzer in. He gets first out, and then the rally kind of started. A lot of the rally went on with 2 outs. The 5th inning was definitely a big point for the Cubs. It swung the momentum back in their favor. However, the Nationals would start making a comeback. They would start picking away, and the Cubs only scored a couple more runs after that 5th inning, and the Nationals, like I said, they were picking away some RBIs here and there throughout the lineup, and so then it was going to definitely set up for an exciting finish. So then Wade Davis comes into the game in the 7th inning. There was 2 outs in the 7th, and the Cubs were really running low on pitchers. He managed to get through all 2 1/3 innings and closed it out. It was the first time in his career he ever did that. He never had pitched more than 3 outs out of the bullpen. So it was, like I said, it was a big way to come up for the team for him. I was very surprised. I didn't think that he was honestly gonna finish it off, but he did. So with that, I think Addison Russell is the player of the game. You could probably argue that Davis may have potentially been the player of the game, but I like I said, I think Addison Russell, man, he came through twice for him. His second double was a line drive that was hit to Jason Worth out in left field, and Worth misplayed it. I believe he lost the ball in the lights. It rolled all the way to the wall, got another run home. So I mean, I think that, I mean, he was on fire. He had the most RBIs on the night with 4 of them. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that. Like I said before, the 5th inning was a nightmare for the Nats. I mean, the announcer on the TBS broadcast claimed it as possibly the worst inning the Nats have had all year. Just like I said, throwing the ball around, it was just a mess. And then, like I said, long game, 5 hours almost. It started at 8 or just a little bit after 8, I believe, and I was up till almost 1 in the morning watching the thing. So I mean, it was, for being just 9 innings, very long game. So back to Davis's save. He comes in. He was throwing a lot of breaking balls, which I thought he was almost going a little bit too much to, but it seemed to be working. As he went on in his appearance, though, throughout the innings, he started going more to the fastball. His cutter seemed to be working a little bit better. I think he struck Bryce Harper out last batter of the game was on a cutter. I believe he went down and in with it. So I mean, he like I said, he started with the curveball a little bit more. I was a little concerned about that because I did want the Cubs to win this game. But he like I said, he did go back to the fastball a little bit more later in the game. I think that helped him out some. But yeah, I mean, like I said, they really fought. They showed a lot of resiliency. I do have the Cubs going to the World Series again. However, I do have the Astros winning it, which we'll discuss that a little bit more some other time. So now we're gonna switch to Thursday night football. I didn't really watch this game a whole lot because I was watching the Cubs game. I did see the recap of it. Um, I wasn't really surprised to see the Eagles win. They have been strong this year, definitely. Um, both teams coming in at 4-1, and I mean the Panthers have been playing some good ball too, though. So I mean I knew it was gonna be a good game, which is actually kind of rare for Thursday night football. Normally it's about the two worst teams in the league playing. Um, but yeah, they pulled it out. The Panthers definitely had some momentum going in the first half, but then the Eagles started to make a comeback. Um, and they ended up finishing it out. The Panthers had the chances near the end of the game. They kind of blew them. Um, so yeah. The next thing, are the Eagles contenders? I know we're really early. This is only week 6. So I mean we're definitely early here in the playoff talk, but I think they could be. I mean, you have Carson Wentz, who is a rookie quarterback, but he's been doing really good. Um, and they have some playmakers on offense. They have a good receiving core, and their defense hasn't been too bad either. I didn't really know how good their defense would be coming into the year, but they definitely have been. They've been doing well. Um, the last few games, I believe. And so, I mean, they definitely could make a say when it comes, playoff time. And really, in their division, they have the Falcons and the Cowboys that they're going to be contending with, I believe. And so, I mean, those are their two biggest threats. But that's going to be an interesting division to watch. I mean, Atlanta's got a good team. The Cowboys could still have a resurgence even after their loss against Green Bay last week. But like I said, it could be. They could still definitely be in the playoff conversation. 3 picks for Cam last night. He in two of them, I can't really, just put all the blame on him for them. I mean, his defensive line or offensive line, excuse me, was not doing very well. They he was definitely getting pressured. One pick, the ball like he went to throw, got deflected, mid throw, and it just shot downfield, and the defender went right at a defender. I mean, there's not much you can do about that. The other one, very similar situation. It kind of got punched out when he threw it, and right or sorry, no. What happened was they threw it to Jonathan Stewart on a little screen pass, and he bobbled it, and it went right into a defender's hands. So I mean, that's nothing you can really put on him for those two. His last pick came later in the game. It was a very bad throw. He threw it right down the middle of the field, and it was right to a defender. It was nowhere near a receiver, so maybe a little bit of a desperation throw. But looking on to next week, I think Carolina will rebound. Chicago's not done much to be worth looking at in any means as far as a good football team this year. No offense to you Bear fans. I understand it's it's got to be rough for you guys. But yeah, I think they'll rebound there. The Redskins have been playing some good ball, so them against Philly could be an interesting matchup next week. I believe it's either Sunday or Monday Night Football. I don't know which one, but I think it's one of the two. It's one of the nationally televised games. That's all I know, and I think that'd be a game worth watching. Like I said, the Redskins have been playing a little bit better, so it'll be a fun one to watch. Last thing, just a little quick thing here at the end. Fantasy basketball, my league that I'm in with some of my friends. We're starting up tonight. I just want to say good luck to any of you guys that are playing. Might have a little bit of a reflection on that tomorrow. So yeah, just good luck with that. I know fantasy sports can be something else. I've been struggling this year with them, so just good luck to any of you guys that are playing. Finally, please subscribe, like, comment, whatever you guys, this is my first video. I've never even really done anything with YouTube, so, I don't, we'll have to just kind of figure out where it'll go. I don't even know if it'll go anywhere. I'm just kind of hoping that, maybe somehow I'll get lucky. This thing will take off a little bit. But yeah, let me know if you have any suggestions or whatever. I'll try to get more creative eventually with this stuff. I'm just kind of just starting to figure it out now, so it might be a little bit boring here for a little while at the beginning, but I'll try to make it as interesting as possible. And I'll try to have these videos out, you know, uh, probably daily, every other day, somewhere in there. I'll try to do them as often as I can. I'll try to keep them around 10, 15 minutes so they're not agonizingly long. But if you just kind of want a quick little recap and my thoughts and opinions about stuff in the sports world overnight, this is your stop. So just like I said, let me know if you have anything. But please, you guys are going to be my supporters, so I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.